That's nice to be appreciated.
All right, we are live and all set to go.
All right. Good evening. The open meeting of the Earthwork Board is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of June 16, 2021, an act relative to extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency. All members of the Earthwork Board are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. This order allows the Earthwork Board to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. Members of the public who wish to view the live stream of this meeting may do so by going to Northrow Remote Meetings on YouTube via the link listed on the agenda. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will feature public comment. The chair will confirm each board member's presence and a roll call vote starting now.
Tony Pini,
Present.
Ron Doucette,
Present.
Chris DeCedis,
Present.
Janet Sandstrom, present. Okay, now, did everybody read the minutes?
Yep.
And can we
Yes.
approve them?
Yeah, yes, I moved that the minutes of the previous meeting be approved.
Get a second?
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Tony, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ron Doucette,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Janet, yes. Okay, do we have an applicant at, available for the hearing?
I believe so.
Okay, I see a hand up there, okay. Okay, who is it? Who is the person who is going to be coming before the board?
Let's see, where is my participants, attendees? That would be Cedia Mora.
CD and Mora,
Cedia.
okay? They are the owners of the property?
They are.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Celia and Maura, can you give us an update on what's going to happen at 172 Airport Road?
Yes,
All right,
Would you like-
272. Is it 272 or 172?
172.
172. Okay, thank you. Okay. I wrote down two. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
We wanted to renew the earthwork permit.
And it says here that you want to remove 3/4 of an acre.
Yes, we don't know exactly if it's gonna be 3/4 of an acre, but we're gonna build two buildings there.
Okay, and what's your intention for the land? What's your intention to do with it?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna put a building.
Não, para quê? Para quê?
Tem
Para
mais
alugar?
aplicações.
Para quê?
Maybe I can help.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
This project is actually a renewal of an
right,
existing permit. The CDN and her husband had come to you a couple of years ago and got a permit in 2020 in June. You required a bond of $10,500. There were some issues with the building department that have been resolved. Once those were cleared, I asked them to come back and renew their permit. The project is the same. There's two buildings on the site that they're proposing to build. Basically, contractors' yards for each of the buildings. The zoning is industrial, so a contractor's yard is appropriate at this location. The project is the same exactly as it was proposed a couple of years ago. The two buildings accessing off of Barefoot Road, and I think there's a stub in the back of the rear building to allow fire trucks to turn around. Did you post the bond, Cedia, the existing bond? Did we get a cash
Yes,
deposit? Did you deposit cash for that?
yes. No,
Okay.
not cash,
Not
not
cash?
cash.
Did you
I
do a
have for my
perfor-
agent. Yeah,
You got a performance bond?
performance bond, yes.
Oh, okay. What we'll want to do is to get some confirmation from that company that it's still active and in effect, and that it will run through the course of at least the next year if the permit is granted.
Okay.
How do you do that, Fred?
They send a letter, the insurance company sends a letter saying that it's valid through 12 months from now.
Okay.
So I think it's as simple as that.
Okay, does anybody have any questions?
Nothing's going to change from the original layout and buildings. Is that correct?
Yes, nothing is gonna change.
And they posted a bond, I didn't print out the, how much is the bond? 10,000 what?
500.
500.
Now, do we have to wait until that bond is posted before we go forward with this?
Yeah, that was my question. How was that?
No, typically what we do is if it wasn't a renewal, you would issue a permit. We would send them a copy of the permit and ask that they post the bond. And once the bond is posted, we would give them a copy of the signed permit, and then they could go to work. In this case, since it's a renewal permit and the bond was already posted, what I would do is the similar thing is just send them a copy of the permit, which will be all the same conditions as it was previously, and then ask them to provide verification that the bond is still in good status. And then we would send them a copy of the actual permit, the signed permit, going forward, and they can start work the next day or whenever.
Okay,
Is there,
What? Go ahead.
is there somewhere where it says that nothing is going to change per the original permit on the bond?
The permit, what happens is because your permits are only good for a year, we issue a new permit. But what I'm explaining to you and to Cedia and her husband is that all the conditions will be exactly the same as were in the original permit. So we're
Okay.
not changing anything. I believe the plans that were submitted are even the same plans that were submitted previously.
Okay,
So everything is the same. All they're doing basically is renewing, and there's a 2-year time frame between when the permit was issued before to now, basically due to COVID. And there was an extension under the state of emergency to a lot of permits. And they had some issues with the building department, like I said, that have been worked out.
thank you.
So none of the site work has started yet?
There was a little bit of site work done on the property by the previous owner, Mr. McDonald, who got the original permit. He took down some trees, posted a bond, took down some trees. The CD and her husband came along, bought the property in that condition, and have not done anything on the site since then. So everything that you see if you drive by there was done by the previous owner.
Okay, yeah, I just looked at Google Maps and it looked like there was some site clearing done, so I wasn't sure.
That probably goes back 5 or 6 years, because
Yeah.
Mr. McDonald owns a construction company, and I think part of his impetus for getting the earthwork permit was so he could put his equipment up there. But then he didn't really utilize it very much. It just kind of sat there. So,
Gotcha.
but again, none of that was done by JJCL.
Okay,
do we
But they're
have
ready
any-
to go now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hope so.
do we have any abutters?
Yes,
that want to,
We
Each
don't have
one-
any other attendees in the meeting, but we did get copies of the abutter notification did go out.
okay. I see a hand raised there, and I was wondering, there's no one that wants to speak in regards to this.
I'm not sure. Where do you see the hand raised?
It's on Tony Pini.
Wants to go.
Is it white, Janet?
No.
Janet, is the hand white?
Yes,
That's your mouse.
it is not.
Move your mouse. Your mouse. Wiggle the mouse around and see if the hand moves.
Move the mouse around?
Yeah,
Oh, it does.
yeah, that's your mouse.
Okay.
Usually what happens in the list of attendees, if somebody wants to speak, they click a button and a yellow hand pops up. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
I
saw the
asked you
hand
what
there
color
and
it
I
was.
didn't realize it.
That's all right.
Okay,
That's your
um,
mouse.
Does somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to renew the permit at 172 Barefoot Road.
And I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, and
I'm sorry, just want to make a clarification. That motion is to renew the permit with all the same conditions and the same bond amount,
right,
10,500. Okay.
how do you vote, Tony?
Yes.
How do you vote, Ron?
Yes.
How do you vote, Chris?
Yes.
Janet votes yes.
God bless you.
Okay, all right, so that's it for Cedia and her husband. If
Thank
you
you
want
so
to,
much.
if you want to
Thank
work
you.
on the letter from the insurance company, I will have the permit prepared and I will email you all if you could stop by and sign it.
Okay,
And then let's touch base sometime next week. I'll
Okay, thank you
I'll
so
try to have
much.
it signed by
Thank
Monday or
you.
Tuesday at the
Good
latest.
luck.
Thank you all very
Good luck.
much. Thanks so
Okay.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
bye.
Hey, Fred,
Yes,
when will that signature thing be ready? Not that I'm putting any pressure on you, because I know you're carrying a lot of hats.
I believe that it's in draft form now, but I will verify that tomorrow. And if it's not ready by the end of the day tomorrow, I believe I can have Melanie pull that together Friday morning. Please
Okay,
give me a
so-
call before you stop by. We're open till noon on Friday. And if you don't get here Friday, if you could come by Monday, I think they're anxious to get started and everything else should be lining up for them. So I wanna get
I won't
that
forget
permit.
this time.
That's all right. You're entitled.
okay, so we'll go in hopefully before noon on Friday or on Monday
Yes.
to sign the
Um,
permit. I'm gonna be away next week, so I'm gonna go in on Friday.
okay, then I'll try to have it ready for, Friday morning. I think that Melanie told me that she already drafted it. I just got to look at it, make sure the dates are right and you didn't change anything, so it should be okay. Just give me a call before you come on Monday, just in case,
Okay,
so I
will
can be
do.
ready. On Friday, sorry. In looking at the calendar, our next meeting would be on July 6th, a Wednesday. I don't know if Jim is going to be available for that or not. I also don't believe 1, 2, 3.
A lot of people won't be here. That's a big vacation week.
It is.
I was gonna say, I think I'm on vacation. I'm gonna be away that week.
I actually do not have any filings so far, so
Oh.
there may not be a reason for us to meet. I
Oh, good.
won't know for sure for a couple more days.
Mhm.
But if the July 6th doesn't work, you know what? if you're away, and we will meet in August. So anybody files, if they don't file before, one, two, three. If they don't get their ad in the paper by next Wednesday, then there won't be a meeting. If there is a meeting, anybody else on way besides Chris? Janet, you're going to be
Oh,
away?
I'll be here, I
You'll be
think.
around July 6th? Okay. Tony, Ron?
Yes, I'll be here.
Okay. Okay, as long as we have three, and I believe Tom just had a conflict with a meeting in another town tonight, so I think he'll be around. So I think we'll go ahead and meet if somebody actually files, but I don't know of anybody who's ready to file with Earthwork yet. There are a couple of projects with the planning board that are under review. But I don't believe that they'll be ready before before June 15th to get on the July agenda. So most likely I will see you all in August. The other thing I mentioned earlier, I don't know if Jana heard it or not, but I believe the governor's extension of the state of emergency expires on July 15th, and there's not been any indication yet whether he's going to extend it so that we can meet remotely continuously, or if he's going to make it permanent. And I expect that there'll be a decision made sometime in early July about that, and I'll relay that as soon as I know. We're also, like I said, still looking for a Zoom host for a future meeting. So if we don't meet in July, that gives us a little more time to kind of organize things going forward. Does anybody have any strong objections or preference to meeting in person, or continue to meet remotely if it's possible?
Yeah, I would vote to have the flexibility to meet remotely. So, we could do it from anywhere. Give me more ability to attend.
I agree.
Okay,
No
But,
problem.
but,
No problem.
yeah, I don't have a preference, but I think it would just be easier to get a quorum if we need it.
I agree, Tony. I think it is easier. I'm a little hesitant because right now, the way I see it, it's either going to be one way or the other. I don't think we're going to have a hybrid that some people can meet remotely and some people can meet in person.
Sure.
So I think it's going to be one or the other, depending on how the governor continues to allow us to meet remotely, whether it's a permanent thing or just another extension for a year or two. He may not want to extend it beyond his term because he's not running for re-election. So
Yeah.
I assume that they'll make a decision either to make it permanent or do away with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it'll be one or the other. I don't think there's going to be a hybrid unless somebody actually dedicates the time to figure out how to do that.
Okay, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
What-
most likely
what-
we won't meet in July. I'll know for sure next week, but otherwise I expect I will see you all in August, and I hope you enjoy the first half of your summer.
What is the
I got a
date of the
question.
August meeting, Fred?
That's a good question. It depends on if we're meeting remotely or if we're meeting in person. If we're
Okay,
meeting in person, we can go back to, we're meeting on Wednesdays previously. What's the best night for all of you? If we had complete choice, other than Tuesday, which I don't have availability on any Tuesday night. So what's the best night for all of you? Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays?
I don't care.
Okay.
No
Doesn't matter.
Pick
Nope.
a night,
Any night's okay.
pick a
So
night.
the biggest constraint is who's going to host our meetings. And if Jim is not available, once we get a Zoom host that's a permanent employee that does just Zoom meetings, we can then talk about if you want to go Mondays or Wednesdays or Thursdays. But Mondays seem to be pretty easy. Wednesday's a good night too, because it gives us time to post the agenda on a Monday if we for some reason don't do it the previous week. So it really depends on, I'm hoping that we have a host and that then everybody gets a chance to pick their days that they're gonna meet, knowing that you don't care. I'll pick one of those. It'll probably be Wednesday or Thursday. If I had my choice. We only went to Monday because that's when Jim was available over the winter. And now we're back to Wednesday because that's when Jim is available now.
Yeah, Wednesday, I think is good. Middle of the week.
Yeah,
Whatever we can get.
Okay,
Yeah.
Get
And,
somebody. You kidding me?
the first Wednesday or the second Wednesday? I think the second Wednesday works
Second
pretty good.
Wednesday.
Second Wednesday?
Mm.
Okay. I will shoot for that first.
Okay, what's the bond reduction that we're looking for here?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't?
No, there's nothing on the agenda under
okay.
bond reductions. There's been no request. I've got a couple of projects that are looking to occupy some buildings, but I haven't approved their as-built drawings yet, so mostly what they're looking for is occupancy. If the drawings look good, I'll work with the engineers to make sure that they make all the corrections, and then tell the building inspector he can issue occupancy permits, but we would hold on to the bond money until the plans are finally approved. There's one out at 41 Lyman Street that's wrapping up, and there's one at 50 Southwest Cutoff that's also wrapping up. So I would expect those would probably be before you at either July or the August meeting. It should be probably the August meeting. They'll be ready to go by then.
Okay. Anything else before the board?
I got a question for you, Fred, with your vast knowledge of what's going on in the town.
Shoot.
I see on Hudson Street, they're piling up a whole bunch of I-beams.
Hudson Street?
Yeah, right past the parking lot on the left, next to the Pierce's house. Well, I guess she sold it, but a whole bunch of I-beams going there. I was wondering what they're going on.
The parking lot before Pierce's house?
Well, there's a parking lot, then there's some land there that was sold back here a few months ago. There's an old garage cinder block,
Yeah.
and there's the,
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know where that is.
Well, the project on the corner of Hudson Street and River Street, 56 Hudson, the Maytech building,
Right.
they got a approval to do a project there that was pretty much a footprint change. And I don't believe they met the requirement for an earthwork permit. They weren't disturbing the amount. They're basically taking part of the building down and then go
Right.
up a little bit.
that was a
may
long
be-
time ago.
No,
Yeah.
this is on the private property. This is
Yeah,
private
right.
property.
Yeah, but those beams may be stored over there for that project. I don't know.
Oh, I
okay.
see. Okay.
I got
Okay.
a permit request from the gas company to put a new gas connection at 56 Hudson, so they might be getting started for that construction.
Gotcha.
It's been pretty quiet. They're also the owners of that proposed duplex at 87 Hudson, which is just a couple doors down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, I think we're all set for this evening.
Okay,
Someone want to make a motion that we adjourn?
I make a motion that we,
adjourn.
All those in favor?
aye,
aye.
Tony,
Yes.
Ron,
yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Janet, yes.